Hi everyone and welcome to Computer Science 2. I'm Debbie Sorrentino. I'm the instructor for the class, and in this video I'm going to show you how to navigate our course. Please make sure you watch the entire video. This will help things run smoother during the semester if you do watch this. Okay, so I'm going to start. When you enter our page, it always brings you to the home page. There'll be announcements here. I don't have any announcements yet, but this is where you'll see them, and I post quite a few announcements in my online class. You can go to your T-Wolves email using this link if you want to check for any emails from me. And there's a list of all the NCCC policies that are here if you need any of these. This semester, we are going to be using a new system called Starfish, and it's a retention software that kind of helps you work with your instructors and your advisors when there's any type of academic performance issues. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. There's also a link that was put here for in all of our online classes at NCCC if you want some study strategies that work. So if you need to get back to the home page, you just click here. All right, start here. Just tells you what you need to do to get started in this class. So please make sure that you read this. If you've never taken an online class before, you really should take the NCCC e-learning student orientation. It's found up here on the Student Resources and Policy tab, and it'll give you a lot of helpful tips and tricks to make online learning a little bit easier for you. And so again, you can read through here, but I just want to emphasize, I have in here at least 3 times per week, and preferably more. You should be checking the announcements, checking your T-Wolves email, and checking the course calendar. In an online class, the only way I can communicate with you is through email, so it is essential that you are checking your email. If I have questions or concerns, I'm going to send you an email, and you need to be looking at your email in order to respond. Okay, we're going to start over here with the course information, which is basically the information you would find in a classroom on the first day of class on the course syllabus. I'm not going to open all these, but I'm going to open some of them. You should go through all of these sequentially. First of all, this is just a welcome document to read. This is the video you're watching right now. This is my contact information and my logon schedule. And I just want to show you in here. It explains how you can email me. Also, I've included my office hours. If you are on campus, you can always come see me in my office. The hours are listed here, and we are going to be using Starfish. If you'd like to schedule an appointment with me, you can follow this link, and it will tell you how to do that. You can also just stop by anytime during my office hours as well. As far as the textbook goes, you shouldn't need to get a textbook because we're using the same book as we did for Computer Science 1 last semester. And we'll also be using My Programming Lab. Your My Programming Lab code is good for 12 months. So if you took CPS 120 last semester, you should be all set for this course. If you do need to purchase a textbook because it's been a while, then the information to do so is here. You can purchase from the bookstore. It's a pretty pricey option. You can purchase directly from Pearson Education, and the steps to do that are right here. When you do that, you will need to know a course code, which is listed here, and the zip code at NCCC. This is an e-text option only. It's $96.95. If you have a textbook from somebody else and you just need to get the My Programming Lab code, that's $42.95, and there is instructions on this step if you only need the code. And If for some reason, you can always go on Amazon and purchase a textbook if you want. You can rent it. I mean, it was relatively cheap to rent it. Could maybe even rent the textbook and then just purchase the code if you need to. So those are all options that you have for you. If there's any questions on this, you can let me know. We'll also be using Microsoft Visual Studio Community 2017. This is the same compiler that you used for Computer Science 1 last semester. If for some reason you have 2015 version, that'll be fine as well. Okay. I'm going to let you read through here the course syllabus. We've been asked to provide students 2 versions, either PDF or Word, whatever you prefer, so you just need to read one. And then, of course, we have the course schedule, or a course calendar, which is a very important document in this course, so you need to have access to it at all times. Print it out, take a picture of it on your phone, put your dates in your calendar, whatever you need to do, very important. I'm just going to open this up for a minute. And you can see here that our discussion posts and assignments will be due on Fridays. The first module I've given you a little bit longer just because it's a short module. Your discussion responses are due the following Monday. Projects are due on Tuesdays. And for all the quizzes, you have 2 days, Tuesday and Thursday. I'm sorry, Tuesday through Wednesday to complete those. So this will tell you what time every module opens and what's due. Our first, discussion and assignment due here, January 22nd, the project, etc., etc. And it is a full course schedule for you. Okay. The grading policy. This is very important, so make sure that you read it. It's an online course, but there's very strict due dates. 35% of your grade is going to be based on your programming projects. They will receive, I do accept them up to 1 week late, and they're assessed a penalty of 5% per weekday. So if you do need help, you can always turn it in a little bit late. You'll get the penalty for the late points, but probably a much better grade if your program is working. Keep in mind, I'm always willing to help with problems on the programming projects. Right on the project folder it says, if you have a problem, email me your file so I can help you. I can make a video and I can really help you get further along in the project. So try and start them, a day or so before, a couple of days before the due date in case you do have questions. 40% of your grade will be based on quizzes. All of the modules contain a quiz except for the first one. The final quiz is worth 2 quiz grades, and I do drop the lowest quiz grade. 15% of the grade is assignments. Some of the assignments are from the textbook, some are from my programming lab. These assignments are not accepted late. They have to be submitted by the due date. Remember, you can submit them early. So if you're afraid you might forget, you can get them done earlier. 9% of the grade is based on the discussions. Each module will contain a discussion question. Most of them you need to post a response and then, a post, and then you need to respond to another student. Discussions are not accepted late. They have to be done on time. And 1% of your grade is the course feedback survey. I ask you to fill that out to help me make the class better the next time I teach it. It was interesting last semester, somebody on the course feedback survey said, how come this thing is worth 1 point on my final average? I don't think it should be. Well, I'm thinking I'm giving you 1 free point for filling out a survey. So that's my feelings on that. Okay. The grading scale is here. So you can see what equates to what letter grade, and that information will always be up to date in the grade book as well. Okay, so some other things you can read through the course expectations, the NCCC disability disclosure. So if you need any accommodations for any type of disability, please make sure that you notify me as soon as possible, so we can make sure that's in place when you need it. Course policy on plagiarism. You will have to sign the academic integrity policy in the next assignment. So don't copy any work from anybody else. Don't make your code available to anybody else. It's very easy to identify in a program if somebody has work that's not their own. Don't copy work from a website. If you can find code, I can find code. I generally decide my projects myself so that there's not solution files out there for you. If you find anything on the web, it's not research, it's cheating. Please don't hire these internet people to help you complete a project. Last semester, I had projects that were submitted in C and C#. All kinds of crazy code I saw that didn't seem to be something that should have been written by one of my students. So you are expected to complete the work in the class. It's fine to ask somebody a question. That's something different. Okay. Again, make sure you fill out the academic integrity policy, and this just kind of tells you your next steps. Once you complete all of this, I do ask you to send me an email so you can see that there. Excuse me. Okay. So I do have a course calendar also that has all the due dates on it. So hopefully you find that helpful as well. Here's a link to the learning modules. Once you get through all this course information, we'll be beginning our first module on function review. So that's open for you to get started. I'm not going to explain too much about this content right now, because at the beginning of each module, I'll also have a video that goes over that module. When we get to quizzes, you'll find them here at this link. Again, if you want to see the full course announcements, this is a good place to check. Sometimes on the home page, it's not clear. It only lists a little bit of the announcement. Here's where you can send me email. Your grades are here. They're always up to date. This will bring you into Starfish. You might want to hold down Control when you click this because it doesn't open up in a new window. But if you do need to go into Starfish, I would encourage you to come out here, fill out your profile, and if you want, it will automatically, anything that happens will send you an email, but you can put an alternate email, and you can always come over here too. You can put your cell phone number in. And then you can go through here to receive notifications on your cell phone. Okay, but we could be talking a little bit more about that as the semester progresses. There is tutoring at NCCC, and I put a link in here for that. So if you come here, you can make an appointment, and there is online tutoring as well, and there is online tutoring for computer science. So if you feel you need it, you can check that out. That's provided by SUNY. I do have a YouTube channel with a lot of my programming tutorials, so you can always use that for reference if you want.
Hi, everybody.
You'll see here it's all different topics, using getLine, formatting output, switch statements, for loop, while loop, do while loops, classes. So some of the stuff you've done in Computer Science 1 and some of the stuff we'll be doing in Computer Science 2. And the resources and facts, just some things you might you need to know, as you move on through the semester. So you can take a look at that. If you need any assistance with e-learning, there is a concierge who can help you. There's a Blackboard help link, and this will give you access to the SUNY help desk. Okay, so remember, I'm here to help you. I'm always willing to help my students. If you have any questions, you need to ask. Send me an email. Let me know. If you don't ask, I'm not going to know. Okay? So welcome and have a great semester.